All right, here you go. You've been following this trial. Ex-FBI officer, lawyer, James Baker, taking the stand in the Durham-Sussmann trial, saying he's 100% confident Hillary Clinton's former campaign lawyer denied acting on behalf of any client when he gave the FBI now debunked information linking Trump and Russia. Meanwhile, the judge in the case has slapped down the mistrial request. Not a surprise. Here to break it all down is Fox News contributor, George Washington lawyer Jonathan Turley. Jonathan, what was the most significant thing to come out yesterday as Michael Sussmann talked to Jim Baker one day after talking to Mark Elias?
Well, this was a real pile-on, Brian. You had really damning evidence from Mark Elias, the former Clinton campaign general counsel, and then Jim Baker, the former FBI general counsel. Baker left no doubt. He said that Sussmann came in and did not say that he was representing the Clinton campaign. In fact, before the meeting, he sent a text that expressly said, "I'm not representing anyone. I'm here to bring you some really important and damaging information."
What's crazy is that they're supposedly friends. And Sussmann not only was working for Clinton, he billed for the hour. So let's just use logic.
Right.
If Baker and Sussmann know each other, he would have to know what Sussmann does for a living, representing the Clinton camp. So he could put that together. But what's significant is, and you stop me if I'm wrong, Jonathan, is because he came in as himself, they keep his identity secret. So when Baker hands this over to Hellman and says, investigate this, Hellman feels frustrated. He doesn't know who actually gave this to him and if they have a political horse in this race, right?
Yeah, and there was also an interesting moment where Baker was asked why it took him so long to turn over that incriminating text message. And Baker said, "Look, this is my friend. I'm not out to get him. And by the way, this is your investigation, not my investigation." And it was a really quite shocking statement to come from a justice official, sort of like, you shouldn't expect me to be working for your prosecution. But Durham faces a lot of challenges in this trial. The judge in the trial has hit the prosecution with limiting orders. This jury pool is a nightmare for the prosecutors. There's 3 Clinton donors on the jury. And just in the last 24 hours, the judge turned down a motion to dismiss a juror whose daughter is actually playing on the same team with the daughter of Sussmann. So I think for the prosecutors, it seems like the only thing that is missing on the jury is Chelsea Clinton. I mean, a jury of your peers is not supposed to mean other Clinton people. And so I think that the prosecutors have quite a challenge with this pool.
So it's unbelievable. People just have to learn from the trial and don't worry about the conviction. And that it seems to me, because also you look at the judges somewhat compromised and conflicted. But as you look at this trial, Baker calls Precept, and then Baker briefs Comey and McCabe about the whole case. And they say, we already have an investigation going on this. But then when Hellman looks at this stuff, he goes, there's nothing here. So what do you make of that?
Well, first of all, that's similar to what they had with the Steele dossier, where intelligence officials looked at it and said, there is nothing here, and this may be Russian disinformation being passed through Fusion GPS and the Clinton campaign. What was really a funny moment is when Mark Elias, the head of the general counsel of the campaign, denied that he ever approved this meeting and said, I would never have sent Sussmann to the FBI. I didn't trust the FBI. And a lot of us were scratching our heads because there is a pattern here with both Alpha Bank, which is what is involved in this case, and the Steele dossier. The Clinton campaign pushed this to the FBI. They pushed it to the media. They denied their connection to Fusion GPS to a number of people. And also they did everything they could to hide the connection of these lawyers. Mark Elias admitted that he tried not to let people know that he was representing the campaign.
Your gut feeling, to the FBI, are they complicit or were they just stupid?
Well, this was really breathtakingly stupid, I think, for Baker and for all of the FBI to pursue so long on these false collusion claims. But I think in the end, the FBI clearly found that this was completely meritless. It just the media kept on pumping it.
And Comey seemed kind of befuddled in the time leading when he was president-elect. He didn't know if the dossier was true. He didn't know if these rumors were true. And then when you look at his book, and now we find out what was happening underneath, you just wonder how many other cases are got totally screwed up. But this one was consequential because it's national security. Fascinating. Jonathan, I hope people are paying attention because this really matters.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. And thank you very much, Brian.
All right.